Can you imagine standing in the presence of a fabulous orator and you never know it? In Acts chapter 24, at the end of the chapter, that's pretty much what's happening as Paul is standing before Felix. And we know from Paul's writing just how brilliant he actually was. To be someone who studied at the feet of Gamaliel, and he was just extremely intellectual. Did a wonderful job in navigating through the Old Testament law and helping us understand it, what it means in the New Testament. He stood before Felix and he gave a wonderful defense. And at one point, the scripture says in about verse 25, that Felix trembled and was afraid. But then he said this. He said to Paul, "Go thy way for this time, and when I have a convenient season, I will call you." Christianity is rarely convenient. Rarely. There's a story of a woman in Matthew chapter 8, Mark chapter 5, Luke chapter 8, all about the same lady. The lady had some kind of a medical condition. She had it for 12 years. And it said that she had spent all of her livelihood on trying to find a cure. Had been to so many different people. But she heard Jesus was in town. And when you read all the different accounts, you really see that there was a crowd around Jesus, and it would have taken some effort for this woman, this sick woman, to push her way through a crowd, believing that all she had to do was to touch the hem of the robe that Jesus was wearing. But she made her way, she went through that trouble, she touched the hem of the robe, and she was made clean, Jesus said, because of her faith. What if she never did that? What if she thought it was too inconvenient? Think of how her life would not have changed. Think of how things would have been so different if she would just thought, it's too much trouble. Matthew chapter 16, verses 24 through 25 talks about carrying your cross, taking your cross as a Christian. And no, I do not think that's talking about some physical pain or suffering that we bear. That is being a Christian. That every day, again, I remind myself of who I am. That I sacrifice myself one more time to God. That I take that cross, that burden of being His person, and trudge out into the world every single day, bearing that burden with a mission for the cause. Christianity is seldom convenient. Where are you tonight? If you're in a situation that you're waiting for a convenient time, let me assure you that Satan will see to it you never have that convenient time. He will always make sure there is something standing in the way. But today is the day of salvation. Now is the time that Jesus calls. Now is the time. If you have any form of spiritual need this evening, we invite you to come now while we stand and while we sing.